Welcome to the Real Authority. You know I gotta do it. I've absolutely waiting months to do this, and you know exactly what I'm gonna do. It's a given. Mortal Kombat 2, my third most anticipated film of the year, and I don't know why. Actually, I do. It's this guy. It's a sequel to the hit video game adaptation with most of the cast and crew returning. Mortal Kombat is still going, and our heroes are basically trying to figure out what way to win. The bad guys are about to go on their 10th win, and they gotta find a way to, win. But there's one more champion who may make a difference, and that is Carl Urban as Johnny Flippin' Cage, who exudes cool and charisma, and even if he doesn't have his powers, he'll discover it the way he knows how, by acting his way to victory. Yeah, if you can't tell, I was very excited. I haven't played the Mortal Kombat games. I did watch the original Mortal Kombat when it was on HBO Max. You remember when Warner Bros. Released movies in theaters and HBO Max in the midst of the COVID pandemic? Yeah, I do. Probably led to the current situation. I'm not going to talk about it. But yeah, not really hyped up for the Paramount Warner Bros. Merger, but let's talk about the movie itself. Well, actually, talking about the first one first, I actually enjoyed it upon my initial watch, but I did rewatch it. And yeah, it wasn't as good as I initially thought. It's still a fine movie, but I feel like the 1995 Mortal Kombat was just a lot better, and I didn't really have time to watch Annihilation. But considering how bad I heard it was, probably a good decision. But yeah, with the 2021 Mortal Kombat, I felt like the acting was weak, and Simon McCoy definitely shows signs of this is my first movie. I haven't really gotten the kinks. And also, it does feel like a movie that kind of really relied on its hard R rating because the Mortal Kombat movies from the 90s were PG-13. So this movie was really sold on the R rating, and unfortunately, it shows. Again, fine movie, but not exactly my kind of thing. But yeah, Carl Urban's pitch perfect casting as Johnny Cage, even though I don't have any relation to the games, I haven't even played one. But that first trailer last year really just sold me on the fact that this could be fun. And even though they delayed it, escaping the worst October month probably in movie history, from what I know, yeah, I was still excited for it. Yeah, the rewatch of the original one did give me worries, but I mean, the positive test screenings really had me excited for it. And I will say, it was guaranteed that this would be better than the original, and it is. But at the same time, I can't help but wonder what could have been. Like, it's not a bad movie. I actually really did enjoy it, but it's not the flawless movie that I feel like a lot of us really wanted. What I mean by that is Johnny Cage is the heart and soul, as well as the Connect Four piece that really makes this movie strong. I feel like if Carl Urban or Johnny Cage weren't in it, this movie would suffer. But that's just a testament to how great of a casting decision Carl Urban was. And the expectation that he would inject the goofiness the first movie kind of lacked, it was met. He is absolutely a scene stealer, although the movie does run into issues with the utilization of his character. If you need any reason to see this movie, Carl Urban as Johnny Cage, that's all you need. He is fantastic. He fits this role like a glove, and honestly, you can't help but be happy at his inclusion. The rest of the actors do good. It's definitely an improvement over the original. And aside from Cage, John Lawson, this was the AMC free gift, but I guess I'm being lazy with it. John Lawson as Kano. Yeah, he returns and absolutely steals the show. But yeah, Cage, he's the one who makes this movie. Simon McCoy as director, he returns from the original one. He definitely shows improvement, dramatic improvement with this one. It doesn't feel as chaotic or kind of, well, not as greatly written as the original one. Like, he's not the writer, that's Jeremy Slater. I'll get to it in a little bit. Also, the editing was a lot more choppy in the original. This one, it has a lot less choppiness in terms of editing. And McCoy shows growth in terms of this movie. Like, it definitely feels a lot different from the original, for better and worse. But you know what? I commend the improvement. His directing was solid. Stephen F. Winston's cinematography was creative. The movie looks great. A lot of that may have to do with how awesome the visual effects are, and on an $80 million budget, hey, at least it doesn't exceed that 100 million mark. I don't know why movies are so expensive. I mean, the visual effects are good. I can say that. Aside from Johnny Cage, the make or break of the experience is the action, and I can comfortably say, yeah, it was damn entertaining. I mean, the original one did have entertaining action, although the screenplay kind of didn't really give the action much time to shine. Here, yeah, there's a lot more time to shine, and you are going to have a blast with it. The action was fun, fluid, and just overall entertaining. Given the fact that it was filmed for IMAX and I saw it in IMAX, yeah, it's definitely much more prevalent that the action was just done pretty well, and it also leads to pretty effective pacing in spite of its issues. Some good dramatic scenes, and Johnny Cage is great at comedy, so yeah, I feel like in terms of the complaints, starting off with Jeremy Slater's screenplay, like, it is better and worse than the first movie's screenplay. A lot of that has to do with the fact that this movie kind of is all over the place in terms of, well, narrative as well as who to actually focus on. So I want to say that as like a mixed thing, although the screenplay does result in some of this movie's biggest misses. But yeah, it is all over the place, and the marketing really sold it as Johnny Cage's movie. Again, Johnny Cage, he is great, but this movie doesn't really have him as like the center character. Although I will say Cole Young is no longer the lead character, and to all 10 fans of Cole Young, I feel for you. But instead, it kind of puts all its cards in Katana. Adeline Roldoff is definitely giving a solid performance. Wanted to wait until now to mention her, but she's by no means a negative. But from the opening scene, the movie clearly wants to have her as the main character, and while a lot of scenes did work in terms of the drama as well as the character development, but I'm going to be honest, she clashes with how great Johnny Cage was. And I feel like the marketing kind of led a lot of people to believe that he was going to be the main character. He's not. He's kind of the secondary main character. By no means is Katana bad. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like Johnny Cage is a much stronger anchor to this movie. Speaking of which, the first movie wasn't really self-aware in terms of how ridiculous or goofy its concept was, and it kind of suffers for that. This movie, while leaning into more of that comedic self-aware side with Cage, I do feel like it's just with Cage where this movie really does, I don't know, excel in goofiness. But that's not to say some of its drama fails, because, again, there are a lot of moments where the drama does excel, but this movie really would have been better if they'd gone for a full-on goofy approach. Enough so that this movie is carried so much by Cage and the action that ultimately I still had a blast with it. Again, it was disappointing given my high expectations, and it's definitely messy, but it is a significant improvement over the original, and if they do Mortal Kombat 3, I'm all for it. I'm no longer expecting a masterpiece though, but you know what? Not every blockbuster has to be a masterpiece to leave you entertained. Johnny Cage and the action is enough for me to say the real authority approves. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and comment your thoughts on the movie, and let me know which Mortal Kombat movie you prefer. Is this the best one, or is the 95 or 21 better? I don't know. Alright, peace.